Hello, Seth?
Yes, Alan?
Yeah, hi. Hey, could you do me a simple favor?
Yeah, sure, what's up?
Oh, just pick up my kid from school while I go off and disappear without any further notice?
Wait, what? What?
Thanks, babe, you're the best. I am so sleazy. What is up, everybody? Random Random Man here. By the way, before anyone asks, no, I did not drink a real martini, even though I'm 21. What I drank out of this glass was good old-fashioned H2O. Water, the key to success, so stay hydrated, kids. Also, these are my mom's sunglasses, so I should probably put them back where I found them. Anyway, I'm here bringing you my review for A Simple Favor. Based on the novel of the same name, written by Darcy Bell, the plot basically follows a small-town blogger, played by Anna Kendrick, who tries to solve the disappearance of her mysterious and rich best friend, played by Blake Lively. Going into this movie, I knew relatively little about it going in. I never saw much footage for it, I never saw a full trailer for it. I did see quite a bit of marketing for it leading up to its release, and all I really knew aside from the core concept was the guy directing it and the two main leads starring. The movie is directed by Paul Feig, who in the past has been known to have directed some raunchy comedies, such as 2011's Bridesmaids, which I loved, 2015's Spy, which I blind bought for $5 two Black Fridays ago, and it was such a good deal as I ended up really enjoying this film as well. And then he also directed the 2015 Ghostbusters film, and I wasn't a fan of it, not because it starred all women in the four main lead roles. As I said in my review, I didn't think it was particularly funny. For every good joke, there was a bad joke around the corner. But now Paul Feig has directed a mystery thriller, which is quite a few ways away from what he is known to have directed in the past, and I do like the two leads in the main roles, so it had me intrigued going in. Starting out with the cast and their performances, we have Anna Kendrick as this small-town single mom slash mommy blogger, which means that she does some tips and tricks online through her live streams for moms out there, and I already love Kendrick as an actress, having seen quite a bit of her work in the past, such as her Oscar-nominated role in Up in the Air, among other things, and I thought that she was tremendous in this film. She has a certain amount of likability that she has exuded in the past from her other film roles, and I think that is put on full display here as well, as she is kind of awkward in a sense to where she is not really in tune with other parents around her. She is one of those overzealous and overconfident parents that will do anything in a moment's notice, and she also has a habit of apologizing a little too much, which is made a joke of out of Blake Lively's character pointing it out. Speaking of Lively's character, she plays the other mother, the other mom in this film who Kendrick's character befriends because their kids go to school together and they're tight as friends. And I like Lively, though I haven't seen her in much. I know she was on Gossip Girl about a decade ago, and she's been in quite a few film roles recently, but I've got to say, her performance in A Simple Favor is superb. She is very sardonic and condescending in nature, and the way that she clashes with Kendrick's character's personality to where, yeah, it seems like they get along, but she also is kind of standoffish when she interacts with Kendrick a lot of the time. That makes the dynamic slash chemistry she has with Kendrick really intriguing, because she can either have a backhanded compliment be thrown at her or other characters, or just be sitting really chill and having a martini, and also displaying some of the darker side that is associated with her character. The other notable member of this cast is Henry Golding as the husband to Lively's character. Now, I just saw Henry Golding in Crazy Rich Asians, and I thought he was super charismatic in one of the main roles there. And in A Simple Favor, I thought he did a similarly strong job in this film, and he has quite a bit of prominence as well, especially after Lively's character disappears. I also like the camaraderie that he had with Kendrick's character when things start going more awry. So all in all, with the three core performances here, I think they are all great. The writing in this film sets itself up to be a mystery thriller that is of a particular style that I haven't seen too many other movies tackle as of late. The movie opens and closes with some credit sequences that reminded me of some films from the 1960s with its visual graphics and colors and some audio cues that are very jazzy in their vibes, and that immediately suckered me in to watching the film play out. And then we are introduced to Kendrick's character, and it's not long until she gets acquainted with Lively's character and they start their friendship of sorts. And then it doesn't take long after that for Lively's character over the phone to Kendrick's character to ask her the title simple favor of looking after her kid, and then she goes off and disappears. The several moments we have between Kendrick and Lively show that their characters seemingly get along, even though, of course, as I've mentioned, Lively's character is a bit more sleazy than her outer demeanor presents itself to be. And then when she does go up and is apparently missing, we see Kendrick's character take on the disappearance really quickly and try to figure out any clues or any other whereabouts of where she could have possibly went. This approach the movie takes also creates a tone that is surprisingly humorous in some areas. Now, I shouldn't say it's too surprising that this movie is funny at some key points, because Paul Feig, the director, is known for having done comedies in the past, but the movie does take a pretty serious approach as well, and I thought that the tone was balanced out pretty evenly to where there are some laugh out loud moments while also some serious moments to where a major revelation is shown with Lively's character and her having disappeared. That focus with Feig's direction made for a movie that had me consistently engaged with its unique aura and essence that is presented, as it made for something that I found to be fun with all of its twists and turns that this movie has no shortage of, making it a literal twisted thriller, and also being treated to some nice visuals in that department. I'm not just talking about the two main actresses here, as I find them to be very gorgeous, but also it being stylishly sexy with how it is in its production design and its costume design. The way the movie looks in its production design, particularly the house that Lively and Golding's characters live in, wow. What a beautiful home, and also the color palette that this movie has. Like I said, with the opening and closing credits, it reminded me of the 1960s, where it has some specific colors that are used on top of the other visual cues, but also just with the way the movie looks and having some bursts of color, which goes into the costumes as well, as the outfits that the characters played by Kendrick and Lively wear, I thought were all so stunning. Particularly Lively's character has some pretty impressive looking pantsuits that do remind me of what the director Paul Feig wears often in real life. In talking about more things on the visual department, the movie is standardly shot with its cinematography, nothing too fancy or tricky with what is used in the camera work. Same thing with the music and editing of other sorts, but they all get the job done with what this film is trying to present and do. And running at just under 2 hours, I never found myself bored at all. Maybe the movie was a little too long towards the end, and that actually goes into one of the issues I do have with the film. Despite me being so involved with the narrative throughout, the ending, or really the final moments of the film, were kind of messy in how they were shown off. Now, the way the mystery is solved altogether, it kind of felt like the movie didn't necessarily know how to end itself, and it felt like it had to throw in an amalgamation of other different things. Some have touted this movie to be part Gone Girl in its style and approach, and I see where they're coming from, although that movie is far more dark and I feel is the superior mystery thriller compared to this one. But with A Simple Favor and the way it goes about its final moments, again, it's gonna throw some people off like it kind of did for me, where it felt like the movie was gonna end at one moment, but then it kept going for maybe another 5 minutes and then another 5 minutes after that. Now, I'm not saying that the last third of this movie is horrible. It's just that I found this film to be so absorbing for about the first 2/3 or so that I felt that when it got to those final sequences, they didn't mesh well, even though the film still retained the sleazy yet slick style that it had when it started. Maybe this has to do with the fact that I've never read the book that this movie is based on, and it's a pretty recent work that this film is being adapted into, as it was published last year in 2017, and this goes into something else I have to bring up. Though I've never read this film's source material, I saw the twist that was eventually revealed in the last third of this film coming pretty early on. Now, this isn't the movie's fault. It was just me being a pretty vigilant viewer as I was trying to solve the mystery as it was progressing. So it's more of how I was trying to be as an active movie watcher that I saw the twist coming that was eventually revealed, having to do with one of the characters' appearances. But even with all of that being said, I had quite a bit of fun watching A Simple Favor. It's a testament to how versatile Paul Feig is as a filmmaker in going from some comedy to this mystery thriller with some strong success. It's a welcome surprise, not just from this director, but of the entire year thus far. It makes me excited to see what other filmmakers could do when straying away from their usual shtick, as it could make for some interesting and engaging work such as this mystery thriller. If you're looking for a movie that has quite a bit of twists and turns, is stylishly sexy in its nature, and boasts some exceptional performances, I definitely recommend A Simple Favor. My final verdict for A Simple Favor is 4 out of 5 stars. Thank you all, as always, for watching. Be sure to like this video, comment on what you thought of A Simple Favor. Social media links in the description. Subscribe to my channel for more, and I'll catch you on the next movie review.